It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by
ProMed Ambulance Services. Care you can count on.
And Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Although he is widely regarded as one of the finest tag team wrestlers in history, Arn Anderson also had a successful singles career and became a four-time NWA WCW World Television Champion, which he often called his world title. Born on this day in 1958, the Georgia native, Chris and Martin Anthony Lundy, spent much of 1982, the year he began his career, in smaller independent promotions, including a minor run in Bill Watts Mid-South Wrestling. While working for Southeast Championship Wrestling, he was packaged as Super Olympia, teaming up with Jerry, Mr. Olympia Stubbs, and was a member of Ron Fuller's Stud Stable. By 1984, Marty Lundy made his way to Jim Crockett Jr.'s Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, based in the Virginias and the Carolinas. By this time, the company extended its range into Georgia after rival promoter Vince McMahon purchased Georgia Championship Wrestling. There is a strong physical resemblance between Lundy and Ole Anderson, who had achieved legendary status in the Georgia Mid-Atlantic territories as a tag team wrestler. Ole noticed that Lundy's style was a no-nonsense approach in the ring and specialized in working over a part of an opponent's body throughout the match. Much like Ole himself, Anderson agreed to work with Lundy, helping to hone his capabilities, and reformed the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, with Lundy replacing Gene Anderson and taking on the name of Arn Anderson, Ole's kayfabe nephew. In the latter half of 1985, the Andersons formed a loose-knit alliance with fellow heels Tully Blanchard and Ric Flair, as they began to have common enemies. This would evolve into the Four Horsemen, which formed in 1986. The stable quickly became a force within the territory, working in feuds against some of the biggest stars in the company, including Dusty Rhodes, the Road Warriors, and the Rock and Roll Express. As a member of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson continued to be involved in high-profile angles within the Jim Crockett organization. By mid-1987, Anderson and fellow horseman Tully Blanchard began regularly competing as a tag team and rose quickly through the tag team ranks. The two left Jim Crockett for Vince McMahon's WWF in 1988, becoming the Brainbusters and adding Bobby Heenan as their manager. In late 1989, Anderson returned to WCW, where he and Ric Flair reformed the Four Horsemen. In the summer of 1991, he became one half of the Enforcers, teaming up with Larry Zbyszko. In September that year, they successfully captured the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Over time, there were several reunions of the Four Horsemen, all of them involving Anderson. In 2000, Anderson published an autobiography, Arn Anderson Forever. Even after WWF bought out WCW in 2001, Arn Anderson remained with McMahon and crew, taking on various roles, including road agent and providing color commentary. In February 2019, Anderson was fired by WWE. It was later reported this was due to Anderson allowing an intoxicated Alicia Fox to wrestle a match at a WWE live event earlier in the month. Since then, he has served as a manager for AEW. Last March, Anderson lost his son Barrett at the age of 37. His other son, Brock, will become a wrestler himself. Like his father, Brock is currently signed to AEW. He is also a podcaster, having launched The Arn Show with wrestling authority Conrad Thompson in 2019. Since 2021, it has been co-hosted by Paul Bromwell.
Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia?
Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.